Vibe Tribe.
Hola.
We are happy to be back. We hope that you all are happy that we're happy to be back.
I heard that.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. It has been a great weekend. So
Awesome.
so everybody happy.
I'm glad that your weekend went well because I understand that it was a little
It
shaky.
ain't going sliding into the weekend was problematic.
Okay.
Had
Listen,
me contemplating
life
some
is
things.
all about, challenges.
Yeah.
You know,
And trying not to pluck somebody's eyeballs out
which can be a challenge.
on any given Sunday. Woo.
Um, but the weather has been wonderful these
That's
days.
the mood. I think that's the vibe. Are we gonna do a vibe check?
We are.
Okay. Does it have something to do with the weather?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
I don't know. It might.
okay.
But anyway, we hope that you all, our Vibe Tribe, are doing well. As you all can see, my hair is not done again this week, and Sherry's is. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into our vibe check.
Okay.
And so the vibe check, and this is based on a conversation and a video that I saw this week.
Okay.
What is your feeling about bonnets and pajamas outside of the house? Which, go ahead,
Okay.
can be an episode, but go ahead.
It could be an episode because I saw a woman in Panera with a bonnet,
Hmm.
her pajamas, her slippers, and a robe. And I took a picture of it and I said, seriously.
Not you took a picture of
I
it.
did. I did. And I sent it to my kids, like, what? And a few good girlfriends. I was like, what was happening? However, my
Mm.
daughter always cheering for the underdog. She said, Mommy, you don't know what it took to get her out of the house this morning. She said she may not have been out of the house in the last 3 months, and all she could do was get up, roll out of bed, and go to Panera. And that could have been a big step for her today. I said, well, that's not fun. I wanted to be like, why she got that on? But no, my daughter checked me real quick.
Yeah, there are
Oh,
all. Go ahead.
the noise you hear
No.
is a dog.
He is hot with Sherry because she didn't let him go outside.
To attack another dog.
Not attack. He wouldn't
And
have attacked the dog. Oh, okay. Well, let me be
and
clear.
and the man is still standing outside with his two little dogs. He know my dog don't like Bentley. So hopefully he'll calm down soon. But if you hear it in the background, just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Yes. But continue.
Yeah, you know what? There are all types of opinions around this topic. And, from time to time, it resurfaces on, social media and
Uh-huh.
what have you. And, you know, it, the, I think the varying opinions are generation based.
It has to be because I am a definite no. Do your hair.
And put on some clothes.
And put
Like,
on some clothes. Like it's not if you could put on pajamas, the same energy it took to throw on some pajamas is the same energy it takes to put on a t-shirt and some leggings.
yes, and we are very much from the generation of, you know, um, putting effort into your appearance, caring about your appearance when you
Right.
go
Right.
outside. And so even now, I will spend an hour, hour and a half trying to make
Putting
sure
your
that.
hat on. She gonna make sure it is just so because it always frames her face perfectly. So that's a good 45 minutes right there.
Well, but I'm just saying that, you know, I think younger generations definitely feel differently about it.
Obviously.
And not only the bonnets, but the pajama, like, for, you see people in the airport with these bonnets and pajamas
Their
and
favorite
slippers on,
blankie.
and it's like we're traveling, and
People used to wear suits and dresses and heels in the airport.
yeah.
What is happening? And I usually try and side with the younger generation, be like, oh, you sound all old, and that's not what's going on now. But I have to stand
I can't
on
do
the
it.
side of my generation with this, because the bonnets, and then the fact that men and women wear bonnets, I kind of giggle about that one, because I saw this couple and they were in love, and they had on matching bonnets, and I said, now isn't that cute? I did say
Oh,
that. I said that because that was funny and it made me giggle. But yeah, they had on matching bonnets.
well, so yes. And there's a whole nother conversation that's attached to that, which is, things that once upon a time you only saw women do that men now do. To that end, we are going to leave that there and put a pin in it
Or not. We
and
might
let
just
us
leave it
know.
there. We are not revisiting that topic at all,
Correct.
because we love everybody.
We
I mean,
do.
like,
Well, we
honestly, I mean,
yes,
like, we're joking now, but that's real talk.
absolutely. So you all let us know what your thoughts are. We are curious to know
Bonnet and PJs
what your thoughts are
or
about
no?
bonnets and PJs outside of the
Slippers and
house.
robes. What?
Yeah, the whole thing. So anyway, um, today we wanted to do a review of the American Next Top Model documentary. It there have been so many conversations, so many opinions about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just want to give ours because our opinions are important as well.
Yeah.
And so you watched the documentary?
Not only did I watch the documentary, but I was a fan of America's Next Top Model.
Oh, okay.
No clue all of that stuff was going on behind the scenes, because I'm not into social media very much, especially back then.
Really? Tell us
Especially,
more.
and so if there was talk about it back then, I had no idea.
But social media really wasn't a
It
thing.
wasn't
Yeah.
that big of a thing. I mean, it
Yeah.
was just in its infancy, right? But I love that show. I
Really?
did. I love any show where people are pursuing their dreams.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah,
was about to ask you what aspects of it.
yeah, just pursuing their dreams. Like, people feeling like this is my shot, and how they show up for that. I find that so interesting, because some people rise to the occasion and other people figure out a way to sabotage themselves. And so
Hmm.
I really like watching that whole thing. Now, I didn't know there was a whole crew of people helping the contestants sabotage themselves, or
Oh, right.
implode. But yeah, from the outside looking in, it's fascinating.
Yeah. I
This dog is driving me
uh
nuts,
oh.
and he's talking about me. He's saying you driving me nuts too.
Right. So I can't say that I was a fan of the show,
Mhm.
but I did watch like a couple of seasons of it.
Mhm.
Like I watched the season that Eva was in,
Okay.
which I think was the same one that Takara was in.
I don't remember names, but she was the first plus size one.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes. I remember her.
but was Yaya in that?
I don't know if she was in that season, or the one with Danielle, the one with the cat.
Mm,
Because I watched all the seasons,
yeah.
they run together for me. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
they had. I mean, she had some stunningly beautiful women on that show.
Yeah. Of all hues, all
Hmm.
races, colors,
Shape,
and everything.
sizes, the whole nine.
However, so we'll get into that.
We will get
But
into
how?
that.
So you, were a fan of the show.
Hmm.
Were there elements as you watched from season to season? Were there elements of the show that caused you to kind of look at yourself and maybe judge yourself
Mm.
or feel like you needed to look a particular way as a result of the show?
Not really, because these were 20, 18, 19, 20-year-old girls, and I was a woman with my own children. And, so there's just no comparison between the girls pursuing that dream and me. And my children were young. So I was in the throes of things. I was good not to put a bonnet on and leave my house with my pajamas on. Because, having small children in the house, or even, elementary school age, it was a lot. So,
Yeah. But do you think that the show played a part um, in this whole culture of wanting to be skinny
see,
and
I thought she was doing just the opposite. I thought that she was, because she had like a plus
mm-hmm,
size woman, she had a plus size show. She had like a season with shorter models on it. I mean, so it seemed like she was doing things to break through and
mm-hmm,
shake things up in the industry. And then she come out of her mouth with some crazy stuff. And so it was just like, but I was all wrapped up. I didn't zoom out because I was watching the episodes.
mm-hmm,
So I didn't zoom out to be like, wait a minute, she's being
right,
a bit hypocritical here. I just was like watching the show and rooting for the people I was rooting for.
okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of answered this question about your thoughts about the feedback because there was Janice Dickinson
Oh, she
on
was
there,
brutal
yeah,
and
and
looking
like she didn't
brutal
need to be saying anything.
to anyone, especially those beautiful young ladies. I mean, I'm all about aging,
Yet
but
there did you feel that there was an element of hazing that
I
was
would not have characterized it like that. Um,
like even
but
now or when you were
now,
watching
especially
it?
after watching the documentary, yeah, I would definitely consider it to be hazing. But back then, I
This
would not.
thing is brutal right here. It won't go away. But
Woo,
you didn't you then right because you were in it. You said that you
yeah.
didn't like kind of zoom
And
out
I was
to
thinking about it in terms of, oh, they're trying to make for good TV. Um, and this is, I wasn't sure if it had anything to do with editing. And
mm-hmm,
so the way that they were editing the show made it seem worse than it really was. So there's all of that kind of stuff that you really don't know.
right.
But the behind the scenes thing was,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it made it pretty.
I
I
think
finished watching that documentary with a little stomach ache
mhm.
because I was like, these people were pursuing their dreams.
Mhm.
And then, which is a very positive thing. It's courageous, it's bold, it's all those positive things. And then they just turned it and made it something really negative, or at least that's the way it seemed in the documentary.
Yeah. Um I'm curious in terms of well, first of all, let me just ask you, during the documentary, everyone sort of spoke about how they felt um or how and I guess and or if they felt any responsibility for
Mm-hmm.
the things that had gone on during the show, even the way that the judges were speaking to the contestants and all of that. So that was a whole interesting thing because people tend to get real crafty with words when it comes to owning you know their actions and what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to know your opinion on how Nigel, uh,
And the Jays.
Yes, and the Jays first showed up.
I thought we were just going to jump into Tyra,
Oh, well, we
but
could jump. Right.
no, we'll go with Nigel and the Jays. I had less of a reaction to how they positioned themselves. I mean, I think because there was such a stark difference between how they were addressing their role in it. And Tyra's like, oh, I had no idea. Oh, it was so and so's fault. Oh, it was so and so's fault. oh well, I talked to them and they seemed fine. You know, it was, and they acted. They didn't. They never came out and said it was someone else's fault, but they were almost like we were helpless. There was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, like
And
they were never around production and
right,
all of
or
this.
they didn't have a voice, and maybe they felt like they didn't have a voice because the money was good. I'm assuming, like, you know how people don't speak up when they don't want to lose their job.
Well, that's true.
And so, you know, I don't know how good the money was. They didn't talk about how much they got paid or anything like that, but it was better than what they had been getting, I'm
Yeah,
sure, especially after that first season when they realized, oh, we have a hit on our hands. They probably negotiated better contracts and things like that. So they were probably living pretty well.
yeah.
And
For that time,
for
yeah,
that time, and they didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to mess up their money. But they were just so I can appreciate that a little bit
yeah.
because there's stuff going on in my job that I probably should say something about,
Oh,
but I gotta pay my bills. So nothing to that degree, but you know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah,
You know, you're gonna make sure you can feed your family.
yeah. I feel like the judges, they have been making their rounds to this show, that show, or whatever,
Okay.
or have been invited, I guess,
Mhm.
because everybody wants to hear, their perspective. It's not, oh, I played a part in X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
It's the common statement that I keep hearing is everybody needs to take responsibility for the part that they played in it.
Mhm.
So, it's no individual that I've heard, including Tyra, that has taken responsibility. Because, there's this whole situation with the young lady, Shandy. Is it Shandy?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was
That
terrible.
was really bad.
Yeah. And so, which apparently, from what I understand, production was involved in that, like
Ha-
inviting those Italian models to, it was a mess. But so yeah, even from the three judges, I didn't hear anything specific in terms of ownership. So then, what about Tyra?
Tyra, well, I mean, to your point though, I think that everyone said, "Oh yeah, we could have done better," but no one was like, "I was wrong for that.
Exactly.
I was wrong for that." That young lady was sexually assaulted, and that was horrible.
Yeah, it really was. And
Eh,
then Tyra did an interview with her on a show, on her talk show, and was like, "It's like, girl, what are you doing?"
well, I think that you could have said, or one could say, "Oh, that was her fault because she drank too much and was not aware of what was going on." But if there are adults in the room, and clearly she's a young girl, well, she had to be of age to be drinking, right? But she's
Well,
still, yeah, and
I
I
guess to
don't,
be on the show.
at least, well, no, they had young girls on the show, didn't they? I
I
thought
don't
like
know.
18, but you still have to be 21 to
Hmm.
drink. So assuming she was 21, okay, but that's someone's child. And I didn't really even care about the boyfriend. Who was protecting her? And young ladies make poor choices all the time when there's no one around. But if there's someone around, we've got to look out for our girls.
There was a question of how the male models, got in there anyway,
Right.
and somebody, I don't know who, mentioned that production was like, "Oh, well, let's invite the guys in here," which was irresponsible.
Hmm.
Um, it was there was just irresponsibility all around.
For the sake of the show, they were doing things to
Right.
people and allowing things to happen to people for ratings. That's
Yes.
inexcusable.
Yeah. So what did you um what I found interesting was how Tyra showed up. First of all, why are you in a
She
trench coat? Like, I
and
don't
she looked
understand that.
drugged. Didn't
Did
she?
she?
she was talking like this, and it was almost as if she had the questions given
Mm,
to her ahead of time,
mm.
and a publicist or somebody, or maybe she used Chat GPT. I don't know, but she it was as if she had scripted her responses and she was reading a teleprompter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was I have never, especially the topics, there was no emotion at all. So she was either drugged or she was like reading a script because she ain't the best actress. So that's a very poor performance of a script she was reading. It was, how do you talk about topics of what Shandy went through, what the woman Danielle went through with the Gap, and all of these devastating
And just
things,
no
no
emotion.
emotion at all,
Well,
even defensive.
Danielle had some words for it, but
Danielle was like, "Look,
yeah, I would agree with you. Um, and I remember the guys saying that initially, when this whole documentary idea came about, that Tyra wasn't supposed to be a part of it,
oh, she was just the brainchild."
a part of the
Oh, a part of,
documentary.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh,
And
okay.
then I think she somehow, I don't know, she reached out, or and she ended up being a part of the documentary. But yeah, I she just didn't. I don't know who her publicist is. I don't
It was
know
bad.
who advised her on how to show up, but it just was not a good look.
It was not a good look at all. It was, and what made it worse is that she literally blamed everybody else,
Hmm.
as if this is your brainchild, this is your baby, you took it from concept, you had a vision of what you wanted to do with this thing and kind of break down some old ways and be innovative and all of this stuff, and then at the end of the day you're going to be like, there was nothing I could do about it. I'm a victim too.
But what's also interesting is to hear what other black female hosts
Mm-hmm.
had to say. The one that I heard, and I'm not going to call any names, but she was coming from the perspective that she knows how it is to work with production,
Mm-hmm.
on these
Who said
these television shows. You can get me in trouble.
it?
And that Tyra was the creator of this idea that created this platform where these young women could pursue their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Several careers catapulted from the show, and just sort of highlighting. So it's a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
really. And when I've heard interviews from some of the folks like Eva and Takara, they
They weren't in the documentary though. Eva didn't show up in the
which is
documentary.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's another interesting point, that the producers didn't reach out to any of the black females who were on the show. None.
That made
They
it.
right,
That made it.
which is interesting. So to me, it says that the angle was to make her look like she ended up looking. So their goal,
It could, yeah,
goal was accomplished.
yeah. That could be. That could be. Or they did approach them, and they were like, "I'm not messing up my money," and they took the route of the people on the show at the time. Like, I'm not messing up the bag. I don't have anything to say. It worked well for me, and I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. And they may tell their good girlfriends a totally different story, but they're not gonna come out
Right.
publicly and mess up their money.
That's a good point. All of it is just very interesting. And Tyra, in terms of how she showed up on the documentary, and then also just seeing her, now, and some of the stuff that she's doing, how she's appearing or showing up on social media is kind of,
I don't. What is she going through?
I don't know.
Because
That's a
she
good
lives in
question.
Australia,
Hmm.
and she just seems weird.
And she has this hot ice cream, uh, something or another. I don't know.
And which I'm a fan because I love me some ice cream, but Yeah.
You no, I know that, but you like cold ice cream.
Oh, it's literally hot ice
I feel
cream?
like it's like some type of hot ice cream or warm ice cream or something. I don't know.
We have to
We'll
look
have
that
to
up.
follow up on
Yeah, I
that.
don't know about that hot ice cream. Because then the other girl said, "Oh, Tyra was kind of biting off her because she owns an ice cream shop." But yeah, I thought it was regular ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but whew, that was
Yeah,
a bit much. And what about Miss J?
yeah. That I don't. To me, the fact that you worked with these three judges for all of these seasons so closely, and it seemed like she was very fond of all three of them.
Yeah,
But there seemed to be maybe perhaps a closer relationship with not Miss J. Miss J is the one who had the stroke, right?
right,
And then there's J. Manuel,
right.
who
The
she
pretty
treated
one.
some type of way.
Yeah,
But I think it's awful that she did not, you know, go see Miss J, in the hospital after having the stroke or whatever. It's just like, what is going on with you?
was yeah. I don't get that. I mean, unless the relationship wasn't what they thought. I mean, Miss J thought that it was one thing and it really wasn't. Maybe it was for him and not for her. I don't know, but
Well, clearly.
clearly. Yeah, poor fella. But then to have a stroke and not, lose the ability to walk and all of that stuff, and what he did and how he taught people how to walk,
Yeah.
that was
And taught
heartbreaking.
her.
Yeah,
So there had to be some type of
because if
relationship
if
there,
not for him, she wouldn't be who she is. And that'll get you to the
literally,
that'll get you to the hospital to just say thank you
at a minimum.
at a minimum.
Send some flowers or something
Something.
and say, I'll see you soon. Or, I mean,
But didn't she send him something and he said, but and it said see you soon, but he said he was still waiting on
was
her
it
to
a
come?
text?
Yeah, something like that.
Tacky.
Do better. That's just unfortunate. And then how she treated Jay.
Yeah,
Like and just totally because that's one of the things I hate most in the whole wide world is to be ignored.
I
Remember?
know.
I do not like that. Because just say, I don't want to talk to you or something, or I ain't fooling with you. But that whole ignoring thing is just not cute to me. And how are you going to be on set with somebody, ignore them, all to be damned, and then turn around and say, Jay, what do you think about?
Yeah.
I was just like, see, that would have made me want to pluck her eyeballs out.
Yeah, it's just like you may as well just stay on that train of ignoring.
Please and thank you.
There was this photo shoot that they were doing, and there were these guys like
Oh, that one where the
and
guy was like all pressing up against
yeah,
her
and
and all of
kept
that stuff.
touching her and stuff.
And gripping on her thigh and she didn't want that.
Right. And this is a perfect example of even those three judges cannot sit up there and say, because this was a photo shoot,
Right,
Nigel.
right. And you have children, you have a wife. Would you want somebody groping on your wife like that?
Yeah, I
They
felt for
just didn't
her
protect these girls at all.
at all. But I also wonder where so these young ladies were like 18.
At least, yeah. I can't remember if there were any younger than that, but
Okay.
yeah, 18 and over, we'll say.
Because I was about to say, I wonder where the parents were and the male models. I think they were like African male models or whatever and had on a little, you know,
Loincloth.
yeah. And she complained about how he was, being aggressive with
Groping
her,
her.
groping her, and all of that.
She couldn't win because she was trying to tell them this man is being inappropriate and she tried to stand up for herself and they were like, oh well, you should get physical to get him up off you.
Right.
And then if she had done that, they would have been like, well, why are you doing that? That's unprofessional. So she was in a no-win situation.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see the contracts that
Well, they were getting what, 30
waivers are
thirty-five
really what
dollars
they
Yeah, the waiver. Because they were getting what, $35 a day to eat. They give them $40 a day. Sometimes it depends on the season, and then they have to give that money back when they were ordering food and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just so much and too much.
It's too much for a show.
Yeah,
It's too much. And then the hypocrisy, you know, telling these girls they're too big, but then you're trying to fight against the industry standards of, and endorse plus size models. Well, which is it?
right.
You too big or you not or not?
Yeah. I feel like, and I'm not blaming the show solely for this, but when I think about, you know, what I see on social media now and the filters and, you know, people, listen, do what you want to your body. I don't care. But, getting the fillers in the lips and the face and and the fake boobs and the
Well,
BBLs
let's
and
not
all
get.
this
I
stuff.
mean, boobs are okay though.
What you mean?
I mean, I could have stood
Oh,
for a cup
you,
size or two.
oh,
I don't have it clearly, but I mean, but I always said I would. I just
oh,
didn't think it was worth the money.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I
I
mean,
grew. I grew
listen,
up.
I had
You
never
see, okay, there's a
investigated.
difference.
I never looked into it, investigated it, or anything.
That and a nose job.
Oh,
Hmm.
so you see, I need to become, I think, based on the botch jobs that I've
Oh
seen,
yeah.
not the show, but
Oh,
in
in
real
real
life,
life.
yeah, that I, you know, in my mind or my go-to is, see, you just should have left it alone.
I mean, I I totally understand breast augmentation because if you don't have anything,
Mm-hmm.
it affects how your self image.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Yeah, I just feel like I probably need to uh, be less critical
for sure.
because
No, no, I don't mean
because
that towards you. I just mean that in general.
uh, because you just never know what people look. Some of these young ladies out here, and some of the older ones who look crazy. I just kind of feel sorry for them because it's like, what are you going for? Like, what exactly are you going for? Because you've gone too far
You can go too
already.
far. You can absolutely go too far. Like the whole big old cheek things and then the lips like this.
No,
This is this is not cute.
I
That's not
hate
cute.
it.
That's
I
not cute.
hate it at all, at all. But I had asked the question at the top of the show, but you answered it in terms of, if you felt like the show played a role in this whole culture of enhancement. Actually, it's not even enhancements.
No,
It's
it's
like
not.
takeover, a
Yeah.
redo.
Yeah. And then the body dysmorphia, is that what it's called?
Hmm.
That's real.
Yeah.
So it's tragic. It's almost like we don't know what to do with our money. Like go and, start a farm or a foundation or something. You don't need to do all that.
But I think even beyond that, what is going on with you?
Yeah, well there's that.
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's in and I'm just speaking generally. I'm not saying in every case, but in a lot of cases, there's something that in my mind can be tapped into to help you understand why you feel like you need to do this
I think you should have to
to your
go
body.
to therapy before you get that
Oh,
done.
that would be good.
Yeah, because then a therapist has to sign off on it and say, yeah, yep, they're doing it for the right
Yeah, she
reasons.
crazy. Go ahead and do
Or
it.
like, y'all go ahead. Or the therapist could be like, she really needs it. Like, there is not much hope for her, like or him. So I think that would be good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, did you have any other thoughts?
Nothing else. No, I think the show was just upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm wondering if Tyra will look at it and then maybe
Get
try
off
to
the drugs that she's on.
come back with, you know, some type of explanation or some type of, I don't know. I've watched this. I now see how I look. I understand. I've gotten feedback about it. And this is how I think about it now.
That's not going to happen.
So, you all let us know what your thoughts are. I'm sure that 95% of the world has seen the documentary. And so, we'd be interested to hear what you all thought about it. All aspects, how the judges showed up, how Tyra showed up, and just different elements of the show and the documentary. And to that end, remember that we are on
We're everywhere. How about that? We just look for us. We there.
everywhere where you get your podcast. That's
That's
where we
it.
are.
Everywhere.
All right. Well, until next time, we look forward to hearing from you all, but we will see you on the next episode.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Two Chicks, One Vibe. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like, share, and follow on all social media platforms and Spotify. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we will see you all on the next episode.